The Champions League is back. Today, the Champions League draw have been made. And oh boy, we are seeing a lot of interesting matches, man. A lot of interesting matches. First of all, let's do a quick recap of how the draw is made. In the Champions League, we have 36 teams. Okay? Each team plays 8 matches. Four matches home and 4 matches away. Okay? After playing 8 games, the top 8 teams qualifies to the round of 16. And we have from the teams from 9 to 24 do a playoff, both home and away. And any of those teams that qualifies also goes to the round of 16. And from 25 to the 36 are usually eliminated. And that draw have been made today. And we have seen some very interesting matchups. Very interesting matchups. Okay? Very, very interesting matchups. Real Madrid at the Emirates. Bayern Munich away. Borussia Dortmund at home. Napoli away. Oh boy. So first, let's look at the biggest winners and losers from the complete Champions League draw. Then in the second half of the video, we're going to go through every Arsenal opponent properly. The first major story is the Paris Saint-Germain, Manchester City, and Barcelona. They have some kind of a triangle there. Okay? PSG receive Barcelona at home and Manchester City away. City receive PSG at home and Barcelona away. Barcelona receive Manchester City at home and PSG away. That is some crazy fixture, man. Okay. These are 3 of the strongest teams in the competition, been forced to take points from each other. Strongest we can argue a little bit because Manchester City have fallen a little bit down. PSG are also defending champions, having beaten Arsenal on penalties in the last season's final. So everybody will be measuring themselves against Luis and Enrique's team. Okay, it's some crazy matchups. Okay, and we have then we have Real Madrid. Jose Mourinho is back at Bernabeu, and his league fees opponents include Arsenal, Inter, Roma, Leipzig, PSV. They have a crazy fixture as well. Okay? That gives Mourinho matches against 2 of his former clubs, Inter and Roma, plus a trip phase to the Premier League champions at the Emirates. Okay? While Real Madrid made a lot of signings, we know they made a lot of improvements, but recently they have not been doing very well. They did not win any league, any trophy last season, but they have made a lot of changes. A new coach they have, and a lot of new signings. So we expect them to do very well in the run of in the fourth leg. I mean, okay. So, but having looked at all these fixtures, you can see that there are some very interesting matches. So this year's Champions League fourth leg is going to be fun. It's gonna be really fun. Okay. So, which teams in the whole draw do you think have it the hardest? Which team have the hardest route? For me personally, these are the teams that I feel have the hardest route. And my ranking is based on the UEFA's rankings of the team. So we kind of take an average of 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 the of the rankings of the teams that a team is going to play. So overall, Real Betis have it the hardest. They have Arsenal, okay? They have Bayern Munich, and they have Dortmund. They have a very very hard route. Okay, we have Galatasaray, also some crazy fixture, and Arsenal came third with Real Madrid, how to call Bayern Munich, and Dortmund. So these are the teams that I feel they have the hardest route. If you don't agree, you can tell me. But also Real Madrid, sorry, not Real Madrid, Barcelona and PSG and Real Madrid also have a very very hard route because each of these teams have to play each other. So that is some crazy, but they will then go and capitalize on the teams that follow up because those are winnable games in my opinion. Those are winnable games. But even if Arsenal manage to get a point from Bayern Munich, uh, Real Madrid, Dortmund, they have to go on and play Napoli, Real Betis, and the like. So if you don't agree with me, tell me which team you think have the hardest route. Okay. So now I have to talk about the English teams. The English teams, we already know there are 5 teams that qualified for the Champions League. We have Arsenal, Manchester United, Man City, Aston Villa, and Liverpool. So, but based on the same rankings also, I feel like Liverpool have it the easiest. Liverpool have it the easiest, followed by Aston Villa, Man City. Man City is, yeah, third Man City because, they have to play PSG and Barcelona. Then we have Manchester United and then Arsenal. Okay. These are the teams I feel like have it the hardest. But which of these teams are going to qualify to the round of 16? I don't know. I may be wrong, but I feel like Liverpool, this time, if they don't be careful, they may not qualify for the round of 16. A lot of big teams in the English club have made a lot of signings. They have made a lot of improvements. Liverpool, other than a change in their coach, they haven't made a lot of signings. They haven't made a lot of improvements, and I feel like this is going to be a problem for them. And I'm predicting Arsenal is going to finish in the top 8. Man United also, and Man City also. Man City also, yeah. So we will see what happens. But these are, I feel like Arsenal get the hardest route in among the English clubs, followed by Manchester United, Man City, Aston Villa, and Liverpool. And I rank these also based on the UEFA ranking points. And also, if we look at these teams, we know how to call Arsenal have made a lot of signings. They signed Bruno Guimaraes. They signed Ezra Konsa, and they signed this guy Zolis, and they are looking forward to signing another forward, either Alvarez or whoever they are able to get. But Arsenal have improved their team. Manchester United, they are not very stable at the moment. Okay. But they also made a lot of signings. They spent a lot of money. So this is what I think is the Arsenal in the English clubs have the hardest route, I believe. And then let's talk about Arsenal. Let's talk about Arsenal's draw. Okay. So if you look at it at home, we have Real Madrid, we have Dortmund, we have Lille, and then we have Saba. Sabra and Lille, I believe, are winnable games for Arsenal. That's not a tough game. And the fact that we are playing Real Madrid and Dortmund at home is a huge advantage to Arsenal. It's a huge advantage to Arsenal. So I'm not saying they are going to be easy, but home games are quite an advantage to Arsenal. So the one that may be a little bit challenging is going to be Bayern Munich and Napoli away. Bayern Munich and Napoli away are going to be a challenge. Not so much challenge, but it's going to be a little bit of challenge because Bayern going forward they are one of the best in Europe. You know, they are one of the best in Europe. You know, they have Harry Kane who scored 100 and is it how many goals? No, not Harry Kane alone, but Bayern was able to score 122 goals in last season. And Harry Kane was a huge part of that. He scored a lot of goals. So Bayern Munich going forward, they are absolutely wonderful. And then you have Luis Diaz also. You have Olise. So them going forward is just crazy. Their defense sometimes they have super Upamecano, but sometimes it can be a little bit challenging for them from the back. But other than that, Bayern Munich are a goal machine. They are a goal machine. So it's going to be a real test for Arsenal, who also happen to have one of the best defense in Europe. So it's quite a match. It's so amazing that we have been facing Bayern Munich for a couple of Champions League seasons now. You know, it's just interesting. You know, yeah, and Real Madrid also made a lot of signings, so I know they're going to give Arsenal some trouble. You know, and then these are the teams that we have at home. I already talked about it. I feel like Real Madrid, even if we don't win, we may get a point from them. So but I'm predicting a draw between us and Real Madrid. You know, and we have Dortmund. I'm predicting a win in that game. To be honest, home games, and these other three also, Lille and Saba. I'm predicting a win for Arsenal. You know, so and the away games, Bayern Munich. I'm predicting a draw. I feel like we are going to get a draw there if we don't lose. So Real Betis, I'm predicting a win. Napoli, I'm also predicting a win, and Slavia Peru, I'm also predicting a win. Okay, so here are my predictions for Arsenal in the fourth leg. The two giants, Real Madrid and Bayern Munich, I'm predicting a draw. Okay, no losses. They are the two giants. And then these other four they are serious tests, but I'm also predicting a win in those ones. And then the two must wins. I feel like these other two, Saba and Slavia Peru, are a must win for Arsenal. These other ones are going to be a serious test, to be honest. And then we may get a draw or a win from Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Okay, so these are my Premier League, Champions League prediction. So tell me what you think in the comment section. Who do you think have the hardest route between the English clubs? But also, who do you think have the highest route in the whole draw? Okay, and what are your predictions? Who do you think are going to finish in the top 8 in the fourth leg? Okay, and who do you think is going to be eliminated from at the fourth leg? Also, leave that in the comment section. Let us discuss about it. If you don't agree with me, tell me what you think and all that. So have a beautiful night.